we have to go darker this time. It's like, how so, Timo? Well, imagine this. The opening scene is Hutch, full beard, like one of those Duck Dynasty guys, just sitting there by himself in a trailer park with a shotgun. His family have left him.
Well, hello, my name is Russ Milheim from The Direct. Thank you so much for talking to me today about the movie.
Hey, Russ, I see you have a great Hot Toys collection over there in the background.
I do have a lot of fun stuff going on.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I've seen the movie. I know it was a ton of fun, so congratulations on pulling it off,
Thank you very much, Russ. Thank you.
of
Appreciate that.
course. Now, my first question is just, coming into this sequel, having not been on the first one, what did you want to do in terms of making sure you gave your own signature touch to the film?
Okay, so it's funny because I really love the first film, right? There's something dark and very twisted about it. There's something really almost like a European art house film in a sense. It's weirdly has that touch. And I said like, man, that film is so great and maybe share the same DNA with me because like my previous film has always been significantly darker and more violent. But when I got the script, reading it, there's something that really appeals to me, which is the theme, the family theme, like, I'm really sort of taken by it. Like, I think the idea that here's a guy who's violent, but like he also finding in himself that the biggest lesson is like you can't prevail with your family. I was thinking like, all right, let's make a movie about that. Like that's the heart of the film. The violence can be the set dressing, can be the flavoring, and it's all going to be fun and playful. But at the end, like we have to deliver that message that Hutch Mansell is not Hutch Mansell without Becca, or even his kids. And as soon as we talk with Bob, we talk with the studio. That's going to be the heart of the film. I'm signing up for sure.
Many people are quick to compare something like this to, John Wick. How would you say that this movie is a different beast compared to those films?
Well, John Wick is known for its slickness. John Wick is known for the larger than life sort of like this larger than life character, which is already become a myth, right? Legendary. While with Hutch, I think the strong point is the relatability of it all. I think a guy who's regardless of like his past is still excited about wearing shorts and wearing Hawaiian shirt and kind of like going on a road trip. I think at some point we all have been that guy. I think we all need a break from life. We all have that memory of going into a special place. In our case, it might be Disneyland or Universal Studio, what have you. And I think like, wow. So Hutch Mansell, regardless of his violent tendencies, he's still that guy. Like, and again, like I think the strongest point is also the idea that Hutch Mansell is not invincible. He's definitely getting his ass kicked a lot. Like he's definitely not unbeatable. And as you can clearly see towards the end, like he's receiving a lot of damage and all that stuff. So I think that's what makes it special. Like that's what makes him human. And I think very important for your action film to have a very human character in that sense.
Yeah, I want to address the location and setting for this second film. Just in your own words, why the rundown, small town, kind of beat up water park? Why was that the perfect location to set the story in?
I think there's a comedic side to it because me and Bob, we talk about, Bob, I always say like, Timo, like, have you ever been to a water park or like an amusement park when you were young, and then 20, 30 years later, you try to visit the same place, and then you realize, oh, it's not all what it seems to be, right? And a lot of that is because when we are young, like we tend to see it from rose tinted, like glasses. So that's why everything is beautiful. And I said like, oh man, like I've been there definitely. I always have that experience, as a matter of fact. And I think from there we kind of decided like, well, yeah, let's do that then. Like, because here's the thing, like a broken down amusement park and a broken down like water park is definitely an ideal place for a lot of people to die. You know, like we've seen accidents in this type of places. We've seen that paranoia. Hey man, like if we are riding a water slide and then there's something sharp coming out of the edge, are we gonna get tetanus? Like, are we gonna cut ourselves? And you know, like from all those fear we kind of collected. Hey, what if that gigantic swing thing sort of like let loose and like hits you? You know, like, and that makes for a really great like yeah, action set. You know,
A lot of great set pieces.
yes, exactly.
I also want to ask, have there been discussions about Nobody 3? Is that something that you're
You know
ready to
what?
dive into if someone asks?
That's weird because like I said to Bob, if everything goes well and like you want to think about a story about Nobody Tree, the only way to do it is like, you know, we have to go darker this time. It's like, how so, Timo? Well, imagine this: the opening scene is Hutch, full beard, like one of those Duck Dynasty guys, you know, just sitting there by himself in a trailer park with a shotgun. His family have left him, and he then he's like, "That's very interesting," you know. Like, let me think about that. Like, so you know, there might be a story there somewhere, but like, you never know, right?
Darker Nobody 3.
A darker Nobody Tree, exactly,
I do
completely.
want to squeeze in an off-topic question for you. You are attached to Last Train to New York,
Hmm.
which the last that, the public has heard about is that it's kind of been kind of delayed indefinitely. I was wondering if you can offer any updates. Is that still the case? Can fans hope that we'll see this realized one day?
Look, trust me. There's nobody. Ah, look, do you see what I'm getting there? There's nobody else that I want to do film that badly other than me because I know it's a huge boots to fill to make that film because like obviously the original film is so great, but like I've worked my ass off with Gary Dauberman, the writer, for I think 4 years now, and every time we kind of like touch base on the story, we always found kernels of what could make the film standing out from the Korean original. You know, a different film while still respecting the original film. The only thing is, obviously, when it comes to studio films, you are at the mercy of what goes on in the studio. So I could only say when they are ready, I'll be down for it. But like you know, like life has to move on. You know, like I mean, right now I'm doing Beekeeper 2 and whatever's next coming. You know, like I just don't want to be. Trust me, like the more sometimes sentimentality kills you in this industry, especially. So you have to be you always have to have your eggs ready in different type of in different baskets. You know, so all good. Yeah.
It is exciting that you're doing Beekeeper 2. Are we gonna have to wait a long time to see that one?
Nah, not really, because like right now I'm actually in LA, but like 2 days ago I was literally scouting spots in London, you know, like so it's a weird life being a filmmaker. You're pretty much like a glorified homeless person, you know, like I personally can't wait. Like you know, like the script is so great and there's so many new villains that is coming out in the film, and you know, a film is always great because especially a film like Beekeeper, it's always great because the villain element's going to be so unpredictable and colorful, and that's what we want to do in the second film. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to it, and congratulations again to Nobody 2. I look forward to everyone getting to see that, and hopefully we get to see that darker story that the
Hey,
third one could
thank
have.
you, Russ.